Well, they found him. And this won't be any consolation because Joyce doesn't think that Will is even in the same plane anymore. I mean, let's face it, he went to Silent Hill. So let's talk about that. Will is in Silent Hill, where Barbara is. But Will's body has been found. I guess that means Barbara's body's gonna be found soon, I hope. I'd really just rather they were okay. Because I really liked Barbara and I really liked Will, and I had this theory that they would at least I had this theory that maybe the aliens were going to enter their bodies, like they would switch. And since this episode began with the very Silent Hill, like even the snow falling and the color distortion and the rust, like the whole world has just literally been turned upside down, inside out, and it's very dark and like Halloween store. So that's the mysterious world that Barbara is in right now. Hooray. And Will, I guess, because he's communicating through lights, this could be an alien dicking around with Joyce. I hope not. But if that body in our world is dead, I don't think there's good chance we're gonna ever see Will again. At least in our world. Does that make sense? Yeah, I really feel like this is just Silent Hill. You know, you have a ghost world and you have a real world and supernatural wibbly wobbly things happen to get you from one to the other. But I feel like if your body is found in the world where you need a body, you're probably stuck on whatever plane existence or other, wherever you went, you're probably stuck there now. And unless there is another world we're going to find, that's I don't know, that there's a lot of unanswered questions, and it's the third episode, and that's why. So good. I like there's still so much intrigue, because now that they found his body, I gotta be honest, I don't know what's really gonna happen, because I kind of thought he would just stay missing, and he would come back later via alien ship or something. I don't know. You know, I've got little hope for Barbara. She got eaten by the pool alien, the pool beast. We finally got to see a really good shot of their alien, which is basically a Venus flytrap face that's kind of gooey. It's an alright design. You know, no eyes and a big screaming teethy mouth. I mean, it looked good. It looked good. I don't know if it's my favorite design that I've ever seen. It's kind of, I've seen it. I don't know. You know, an eyeless, teethy, scary thing. Yeah, so these are monsters. Their face, like, opens up, I guess, to calm you whole. So we got that. Oh, boy. That was heartbreaking at the end. Those boys, you know, having to accept that Will is dead. And Elle, you know, bless her heart, you just found this girl. You can't just throw your expectations on her. You don't know what she is. But they really expected that she would lead them there, and she did say that he was alive, and that's why I'm really curious as to what's going to happen without a human body to come back to. How is Will alive? So I'm sure questions will be answered. What else about this episode? I loved, finally Hopper the Copper is starting to have some sense, and not trust the big bad, Area 51 agency that's in their backyard. You know, this little small town community has a really big government building that's kind of creepy and secluded, has lots of security, and you really just didn't think to check. Okay, anyway, sorry, it's a little obvious now. You know, it's like, we got some kids missing, some strange things happen in the area. Let's go check out that huge government top secret building that we've never... I was expecting us to go around in circles for a bit, but no. He straight up said, look, they're lying. I know, because that night that we were out looking for Will, it was raining. There was no rain on that tape. They're lying. But I'm not stupid. I'm not going back in there with all them guns and all them guards and telling them that I think that they are responsible for a missing child. No! So, Hopper is really acting appropriately. Also, he banged the librarian. Yes! Get him. Alright. So, he doesn't have a type. It's good to see he's open to everything. Oh gosh, what else about this episode? Oh, Elfen Lied. I said in a previous review that this was compared to Elfen Lied, and that the anime that some people are talking about that it's kind of taking from. Okay, now I'm definitely seeing it. The first episode of Elfen Lied, you'll either want to keep going or not, because it's very gory, it's very in your face, and violent. And the scene where they asked the girl to kill the cat, basically they're asking this girl to kill a cat. Can we start with like a bug? I mean, I know that's still cruel, but you start with a cat? A cuddly, white kitty cat? What little... Okay, anyway. You could start with a roach. Alright. So, also, I'm sorry. It's just weird that she wouldn't kill the cat, and then the very next thing that happens is she snaps the guard's neck, and out of frustration. I know, she didn't want me put back in isolation, I bet, which is the worst almost the worst kind of torture you can go through. Jeez, as a little kid, just being locked in a room with nothing for torture. It's torture. I get you would panic, but you just snap that guy's neck, and if you really had the tactic to do that specifically, just do what you did the other guy and shove him and hope that you shoved him hard enough to knock him out, but not to kill him. I'm sure you still will kill him because you're working on your mind powers, but you just... I mean, and that's the thing with Elfen Lied, is you get to see Lucy's powers via, they're called Vex arms, I think. I haven't seen it in a while. But they're like these, you see how she's manipulating things with her mind, and you get these like ghost arms that come out of her, and they snap people's necks and rip people apart, and then you'll cut to a later scene where you see how that happened from the perspective of someone else, and you don't see the arms. It just looks like someone who's got mind powers is blowing people up. So all I can imagine really is this little girl just like trying to figure out what she's going to do in the situation, and she looks at this guard and just thinks, snap his neck. But you wouldn't with a cat. Anyway, that's a minor thing. That's a very minor thing. She was a panicked, scared little girl, and I get it. But come on, you really Elfen Lied yourself up there, I think. You went for it. You went for it, and you did it. It was shocking. I have to admit, I went, oh, she killed that guard! Oh! And I'm pretty sure the other one's dead. You know, that went right to the wall. That's basically a human cutout. I mean, you know, one of those cartoon cutouts, smashing through the wall. Yeah, so, girl. Oh, also, the pervert, Steve. No, Steve's the boyfriend, other pervert. Brother of Will. That kid, photo kid. It was, okay, I don't like bullies. Bullies are kind of cliche and they're dumb, whatever, unless they're written well. But I have to admit, if someone told me that there was someone taking pictures of me and me and my friends were out at the pool the night before, of course they acted asses about it, but for God's sakes, you find a picture of yourself taking your clothes off and you're about to have sex with somebody, I would rip up the pictures too. They should have just gone to somebody and been like, hey, this kid does not deserve to be in the photo club. Get him out. He's a pervert. That's how you should have handled it. Sorry, but that was freaking weird. I don't feel any sympathy for that kid losing those photos. And honestly, he should be reprimanded from his camera. I don't know, it should have been broken. That's an expensive camera. And I'm sure he's working very hard. But the thing is, you get caught like that early, he needs to get kicked out of clubs. He needs to have punishment for his actions and not just this, I'm a bully and I'm going to do something like an asshole so that you still feel validated to keep doing creepy shit. Like taking pictures of us getting busy. That's not cool. It's also not cool to be a bully, but it's kind of worse to be a behind the scenes pervert camera photo. I took pictures of you and used them later. So, yeah, anyway. That was my thing there. That really stuck out to me. I was like, I know you want us to feel bad for this kid, for having his camera broken, having his pictures taken, but fuck you. I don't want my picture taken the first time I have sex with a teenage boy and make one of the biggest mistakes of my life. This show's really good, and I'm enjoying it so far. So, that was episode 3. I'm really interested to see where it's going. Yeah, so let's keep rolling. See you guys next time.